What up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. We are here at Top Rank Importers today. Another day at the office for me, but there's a ton of really cool stuff here today. I'm excited to show you guys. For a long time, the R34 GTR, well, the Skyline GTR in general, has been dominating our inventory, starting with the R32, moving to the R33, and of course the R34 has just been super popular for us lately. The R34 GTR is an absolutely beautiful car. There's every reason to want this car. The R34 GTT has also been wildly popular, just like this blue one here. It is kind of the base model version of the R34. It's turbo. It is manual if you want it to be, and all sorts of reasons to want these. This Bayside blue one with this Urus kit definitely gets the whole look of the GTR without the GTR price tag. The Skylines in general just always kill it for us, but there is another car that is contending. I'd say coming up hot on second place right now. I don't know if it's ever going to dethrone the Skyline GTR, but the S15 Spec R has been a car that's been wildly popular for us lately. You get so much for this car. It is a 6-speed. It has the SR20 DET, so SR20 single turbo. It's rear wheel drive. It has all the looks. It's a 99 Nissan, just like these cars here, but for some reason don't bring the same kind of level of hype yet as the Skyline name does. We've gotten a few of these in so far, and every time we get them in, they're basically immediately sold. That's telling me that people obviously really want the car and we don't have enough of them. So we're constantly trying to buy all the good ones that we can. This S15 Spec R came in, sold almost immediately. This one's unique in that it has a BN kit on it. So it's got a different style front bumper, chunkier side skirts, more rounded rear bumper, and the little bill on the back. This car to me looks super great. It's more of a drift style. I personally have an S15 Spec R. It is the same color white. I really like the way the car looks. I've never driven it. The car is still in Japan. I bought it because it was an opportune time to buy one. I thought they were gonna be really popular at some point, and turns out that I was right, so I'm glad I got one when I did. But the car is sitting in Japan because, well, we have so many other cars here that are constantly coming in. We have so many customer cars that are waiting that to import my own, I guess, I go to the back of the line. So someday my S15 Spec R will be here, and when it is, I'm sure I'm gonna absolutely love it. I got a white one, but after seeing them in WV2 sparkling silver, I kind of wish I would have got a silver one. White is obviously the color for the car. That's what most people think of when they think of an S15 Spec R. I like silver cars. My other cars, for the most part, tend to be silver. This one is super nice. This is a completely stock S15 Spec R. You can see the stock wheels on it. Has the factory rear wing. This was an option that you could order it with or without. This has gotten to be quite iconic with this rear kind of taillight right there in the wing. So the way that this car looks, kind of what most people are going for. The more the stock aero look. The side skirts on these are really nice. The difference with mine is I do have the Spec R aero bumper. This one is the factory bumper, or just the stock regular base bumper. Doesn't have the vent in the side, but altogether looks really great. So silver or white, I don't think it's hard to go wrong. There's also some kind of fun colors in the S15s. You can get yellow, which is a really bright color. Looks pretty cool in the S15s. There's red, which again, not a super common color that you see on a lot of Japanese sports cars, at least not bright reds. The R34 GTR got active red, and the color red on the S15 is pretty much the same. There's also a blue, which is kind of cool. It's like a variant of Bayside blue, a little less metallic. Don't have one of those in stock right now, but we have had them in the past. They do look cool in blue for sure. And then white and silver and black kind of tend to be the ones that we see the most of. This silver S15 Spec R is what I'm going to be driving today. This car, I mean, looks great. It's very clean. It's very simple. You can see doesn't have the factory wing. This was just a wingless option, so nothing wrong with that. Has the kind of standard base side skirt option and the same kind of non-aero front bumper that we saw on that last car, again in WV2 sparkling silver. This one's got the OG Graham lights on it, with kind of a beefier tire. So I'm looking forward to driving this thing, seeing what it's like. I've driven an S15 Spec R just a little bit one time, basically just moving it around the block, but other than that, this will be a first for me. Inside the car, it's got these Recaros, kind of a funky pattern on it. Most of the other part of it is stock other than the steering wheel. So most important part for me is being able to get in the car and fit. Obviously fit pretty good in this thing, so that's good. I'm 6'6" for those of you guys that don't know. So getting in some of these cars isn't always super easy for me. This RX-7 is an absolute no-go for me. So good start with the S15 so far, being that I fit. All right, we are decently settled in here, so start this thing up, see how it goes. Feels pretty easy so far. Again, the car is completely stock for the for the most part stock, no engine mods or anything. So I'm not expecting it to be super crazy fast, but probably pretty peppy given that it's SR20 DET. Got a little turbo flutter there, that's kind of nice. That's nice. I mean, it feels really good so far. I mean, peppy for sure. So that's nice. Feels a lot different than obviously Skyline. Skyline is a lot heavier car. This car, obviously a lot lighter. Rear wheel drive, single turbo. Doesn't have the same kind of weight constrictions that you get out of a GTR for sure. The GTT I would say is probably pretty similar to this. I've driven a good amount of GTTs. Those to me feel a little bit more like this, I'd say, though I do think the S15 feels still quite a bit more peppy than a GTT. One thing I think I like about the S15 as a whole as a car opposed to a GTT is that S15 kind of feels like it's its own car, and the GTT kind of feels like, I mean, well, like it's a Skyline, but it's not a GTR. I feel like with an S15, nobody's gonna really say, oh, well, it's not a GTR, because it's like, well, it was never, like, it's not even a Skyline. So before I bought my R34 GTR, I bought an S15 Spec car because I thought that, oh man, it's just so good, that I wasn't gonna be able to get one. So I wanted something that was gonna stand on its own. I considered a GTT, but again, was more or less kind of nervous that people were gonna be like, oh, it's not a GTR, it's not a GTR. S15 felt like it kind of did away with that. So for me, I guess it was kind of cool to do an S15, just in case I didn't get an R34, so it would kind of feel like it was its own thing and not have any other pressure for it to be something else. But this car feels really good. I like it. I will say the car is getting a lot of looks so far. I mean, it's an S15 Spec car. I mean, of course it's gonna, but I mean, people eyeing it up for sure. It's an attractive car even if you don't know what it is. And the turbo flutter, I'm gonna try to, hopefully you guys can hear it in this. I mean, it's just, sounds really good. Really good sounding car. Sorry about the wind noise there, but man, windows down on a nice summer day here in this Spec R. Pretty nice. All right, found a chill little spot to pull off here. This thing is impressive. It's quick, it's zippy. Not a GTR, does not need to be a GTR, which is the great thing about this car. I don't have a lot of experience with 240s in general. I've driven a bunch of S13s, not very many S14s, and of course, I guess, first real time out with the S15, but this thing is good, it's zippy. I like it a lot. I'm happy that I have one. We're gonna pop the hood to show you what's underneath. Cool little Sylvia badge there. And here it is, the SR20 DET. So black top SR20 DET. a bunch of stickers under here, but not a lot of aftermarket parts. We do have a little bit of an air intake here. Other than that, and the Cusco tower bar, pretty stock underneath here. So pretty impressive that this thing kind of gets down and moves the way it does without a bunch of modifications on this car. I have not put a ton of thought into what I'm going to do with mine. There's a Tomei 2.2 kit, there's a 2.1 kit. You can leave it, you know, a 2-liter 4-cylinder as it is. So many different things that you can do with the car to kind of create more power. I'm not really sure. My car, I haven't even dove into what all the mods are. I know that it's got a Greddy turbo and a Tomei manifold. I know it's got exhaust, HKS coilovers, TE37s, but not really what's done to the engine. While it's in Japan, I definitely want Sato to do something with the engine. I'm just kind of starting to figure out what to do. Driving this car has been super helpful because it's given me an idea as a baseline of how a car is completely stock and what I do and don't like about the way that it moves. And so far I actually really do like the car, so maybe I'll just leave it the way that it is. Going for more power, I guess, is always everybody's thing. It's been mine for a long time too, but I guess maybe it's getting to the point where I just want something that I can like chill and enjoy and cruise in. That's what the R33 has been for me. I've left that car mostly alone power wise. Obviously the Supra and the R32 have gone different directions. Maybe the S15 will be another car that's just good to have stock. All right, we're back. That was a really fun little drive. This thing is so much fun. I had a great time with it. This thing, if you want it, $37,000 on our website right now. I would buy it. I have bought one for myself. I'm even more excited for mine to get here now after driving this one. Now it's just a long time of thinking about what exactly I want to do with mine before it comes to the United States. So if any of you guys are big SR20 people, S chassis people, or have an S15 spec R and you've got any input as to what I should do to mine, please let me know in the comments, because I got to make some decisions relatively quickly here. Hopefully have it here by the end of the year. See you guys in the next one.